keeps kids out of trouble, whatever, playing sports. You know, you meet a lot of new friends, you have fun, you get discipline. It's great.
Starting lineups on your screen for this one. The Wildcats going with their regular starting five as of late. Andy Reardon, Derek Penora, Steve Anselon up front, Manny Gomes, John Stanford at the guards. From Falmouth, Chad Amaral, Travis Schneider, who had 14 in the first meeting between the two. Seth Kolodzuski, Willie Ford, and Jamal Branch. The five for Coach Ernie Hollicomb. Wildcats, matchup-wise, a little bit of a height advantage in the front line. One of the few teams that they'll have a height advantage against in the OCL during the season. And a little bit quicker. Willie Ford wearing 44 for Falmouth. Derek Penora, 30 for Weymouth. Opening tap controlled by the Clippers. As the Clippers go from right to left in this first half. And the Wildcats in their 2-3 matchup. Nearly tipped away by Anselon. Ford scores and is fouled. Anselon nearly tipped the pass away. Willie Ford to the hoop and gets the lap and he's fouled. As the Clippers getting the first point. And senior Willie Ford. You've seen him on the football field. And you've seen him tonight here on the basketball court. One of the outstanding athletes. Not only in the Old Colony League, but probably in Eastern Massachusetts. Wildcats, 14, John Stanford. 21 is Manny Gomes. Andy Reardon wears 25. Derek Penora wears 30. And Steve Anselon wears 31 for the Wildcats. Andy Reardon's three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by 20. Chad Amaral. To the rest of the Clippers, 21. Jamal Branch. And 43 with that three-pointer is Seth Kolodzuski. 25, Travis Snyder. And 44, Willie Ford. 6-0 Falmouth. Early going here in Channel 23 as the Clippers have come out with a three-point play by Willie Ford in the three-point shot. They get the quick lead, in the Wildcats in their first two possessions are one and done. Schneider. Kolodzuski, who hit that three. Schneider easily to the hoop. And John Fleming is not a happy man right now. Timeout on the court. Weymouth. 1:18 played. And the Clippers with an 8-0 lead. Off your screen on your right, former Weymouth High basketball and soccer star Jason Karolexis. Getting to see his younger brother play. Played in the junior varsity game. Some of his former teammates on varsity right now not off to the best of starts. In the first minute and 20, it has been Falmouth. Clippers setting the pace. Anselon trying to get the Wildcats on the board. Second opportunity. Jump ball. Weymouth will maintain possession on the alternating possession arrow. First offensive rebound for the Wildcats. Andy Reardon gets it out to John Stanford, who had a big second half down in the Cape. Manny Gomes has his three-pointer put back in his face by Jamal Branch. Ford on the break, decides to dish off, and a wild-looking jumper by Travis Snyder one time when Ford should have taken it to the hoop. Gomes, feet underneath, Kolodzuski takes it away. Right now the Wildcats just do not look sharp at all here in the early going. Schneider off with a three. Reardon the rebound, loses possession. Right now it's either one and done or just turning the ball over if you're Weymouth. Schneider gets fouled by Reardon. As you look at Nathan Farrar getting ready to check in. Travis Snyder at 14 down on the Cape against Weymouth. Try to get the second one. Wildcats pure and simple. Just offensively look out of sync completely, and Schneider misses both. Ansel on the rebound, and Stanford will bring it back. A little over 2 minutes played, and the Wildcats have yet to get a hoop. And it's been tough for them at times to even get shots. Stanford Off the mark. And he was not even close on that one. Branch has got a blocked shot here in the early going. Schneider pump fake, dish off for Ford. Knocked away for Farrar and Stanford. Stanford and the Wildcats try to get points on transition and do. That's one way to get the offense going. 8-2 game, Weymouth going to the pressure defense that they had success with down in the Cape. Ford to Schneider for the deuce. Willie Ford that time was a perfect pass. He found Travis Schneider, 10-2 ball game. Falmouth getting out to a good start. They looked a quicker and more relaxed team. Nathan Farrar has the pass go off his hands out of bounds. First 3 minutes have not been pleasant for the Wildcats. Falmouth has played very well. Schneider thinks about the three, passes it up, gives inside for the two attempts stolen away. Wildcats have been doing it in transition. Manny Gomes doesn't get the kind roll. Farrar the foul. Chad Amaral just was picked cleanly. Gomes did the right thing. Gomes did everything perfectly, and then all of a sudden, it just wouldn't fall for him. Richie Gomes into the lineup. Travis Schneider off the mark. Richie Gomes deflects it right into the hands of John Stanford. And the Wildcats try to get something going in a set offense for the first time. Richie Gomes. Good pass underneath. Panora rejected by Ford. Branch cannot keep it in bounds. Willie Ford just put the shot back into the face of the Wildcat center, Derek Panora. And that was a tough pass by Farrar. Panora looked like he had him sealed, but really coming around from behind was Branch. 10-2 Stanford, the near steal. Kolzewski getting it back. Willie Ford dances it in. 12-2 ball game, Falmouth. And they have been 10 points better here in the early going. They have really controlled this game. John Stanford and the Wildcats, just right now, nothing offensively. Grab Kolzewski. Wildcats just really nothing to speak of as Panora buries it. First set offensive play that has had any positive results for the Wildcats. 12-4 game, 11:20 to go first half. The Wildcats trying to scrap back with a pressure defense. Force Falmouth in the mistakes. Ford gets free underneath. Panora or Farrar, either one, and with the body, they commit the foul. Two for Willie Ford at the line. And Willie unable to get point number 5. 11 to go first half. And it has been the Clippers who get out to the quick lead, scoring the first 8. And they lead by 8 the present time. Gomes the rebound. Ford and the Clippers right now struggling at the foul line. Gomes brings it back. Weymouth to a 3-guard offense to try to make something happen. Nathan Farrar squeezes his way in for 2. Nathan just angled the body well enough to find the opening, and it is a 12-6 game. Richie Gomes near steal. Good feet underneath. And Travis Schneider has had a tough first half. Richie Gomes, good pass. John Stanford, Willie Ford, an excellent block. But Willie Ford commits the foul. So Willie Ford, one of the best athletes around. Even though he committed the foul on the block, it was one heck of an effort. John Stanford for 2. Stanford with 3 here in the first half. And John and the Wildcats down by 5. Stanford, the Wildcats' best foul shooter. Doesn't get the roll. Panora and Ansel on battle. Steve, good hustle, but when he tipped it up along with Derek Panora, was just a little too far ahead of both of them. Weymouth inching their way back, down by 5. And now they will go to the defense, half-court defense. So far, the pressure not as effective in getting turnovers, but Falmouth hasn't been able to take full advantage of it. Willie Ford behind the zone, has the layup, doesn't get it. Ford might have committed his second foul in a matter of seconds. Willie didn't think so. It was a tough call on him. Ford found the opening. And Ford over the back of Steve Anzalone. The eyes of the official. Stanford gets grabbed. Kolozowski, 15 foul or 14 foul, check it on Falmouth. 4 in Weymouth. John. Goodbye, Seth Kolozowski in. Falmouth substitution. Tom Lamson will wear 45 into the ball game. John Stanford. Nathan Farrar, open 3. Nathan is a good shooter when he gets that little rhythm and he comes into a shot. Three-pointer flows very nicely for Nathan. And he brings his team to within 2. 12-10. Wildcats were down 8-0. And the Wildcats trying to just help the skelter defense and bothering Falmouth as the offensive rebound of the Branch shot by Lamson. Baseline move, blocked by Panora. Boy, Chad Amaral just never had the opening that he thought. Stanford, and foul going to the hoop. And Ernie Holcomb, the Falmouth coach, wants a timeout. 9:24 to go first half. For the Wildcats, they have battled back from an 8-0 deficit and are in the ball game, 12-10. Couple of things that have helped the Wildcats come back. Falmouth went scoreless the foul line, 4 chances, and the Wildcats basically have been able to bother Falmouth on shots, and even though they've had some openings, Falmouth has rushed the open opportunities. The Wildcats have been able to fight their way back and have a chance to tie or take the lead in this trip. Richie Gomes and the co-captains with Derek Panora. Anzalone, the Panora in the lane. Derek short on the shot. He just short-armed it going up. Lamson and Branch having trouble controlling. Cross-court pass, and even the Clippers is, boy, this last 6 seconds has been just an adventure. Lamson. Just confusion with Ford and picking up the 2 fouls. He's out of the game. And Stanford gets the easy steal. Can't tie the game. And the Wildcats, Derek Panora, the rebound. Branch or Amaral. Amaral 20. Number 20 picking up the foul. Clippers have added Curtis McKinney now into the game after the last timeout. Gomes. Anzalone. Now been better off going to the hoop for the shot. Steve tried to force something that really wasn't there. Branch squeezes through, off with a shot. Anzalone says to Richie Gomes, head down court, and I'll hit you there. Stanford drives and ties it up. Almost jinxed you on the way that ball was spun in the cylinder. It spun in the cylinder and almost spun out. And the Wildcats down 8-0, have battled back to tie it at 12. And Richie Gomes a little too anxious. Willie Ford getting ready to come back in. He picked up 2 quick fouls. Curtis McKinney to put the ball in play. Derek Panora checks out. Sophomore Sean Murphy is checked in. And he's played the first 13 games in the junior varsity. He's a sophomore who, John Fleming says, reminds him a little of Kenny Romig. The way he just goes after the basketball is Tom Lamson. Off of the shot, Nathan Farrar the rebound. So early in this game, Falmouth was getting a couple of shots at time down the court. Wildcats have done a better job. As Farrar gives the Wildcats their first lead, he's got 8 here in the first half. 2 3-pointers, and with 7:40 to go in the first half, Weymouth 15, Falmouth 12. And the Clippers pulled to within 1 as Josh Oliver gets free in the middle of the Wildcat zone and puts it in. 15-14. Gomes. Nathan Farrar has done a great job with the outside shooting. Anzalone inside. Oh, Steve Anzalone. Some very pretty body control right there. Brings the Wildcats back into the 3-point advantage. And for the tie, it won't go for McKinney. Willie Ford, Anzalone, and Ford have gone after each other in the football field for the past couple of years. Steve commits the foul. Willie Ford will shoot 2. Steve Anzalone. Good ball in that block attempt, but he also got Willie Ford. Falmouth on each 2 shot attempt. Different situation with the other 4 people that are in the game. They go outside where the foul shooter is and then talk about what to do as Gomes gets the rebound. Anzalone knocked down by Ford, a little payback. And Lamson will be up in 3-Tom Lamson night here at Weymouth. Lamson with some good hustle, but Lamson just ran up into the crowd. No more to go. And Murphy, well, he doesn't get the opportunity for his first hoop. And Anzalone gets jump ball Falmouth. It's going to be a foul, but instead it's a jump ball possession arrow Falmouth's way in a 17-16 game with 6:40 to go first half. Weymouth on top by 1. Been a very odd first half. Traveling violation. Travis Schneider has just had a tough first half. Had a good game down on the Cape. Tonight he is just, well, Travis had a couple of easy layups that he hasn't gotten to go down for him, and right there he just shuffled the feet before he did anything. Gomes to Farrar. Nathan Farrar right now is the Weymouth offense. He's got 11. His first time in double figures. 3 on 3-pointers. And the Wildcats with their biggest lead. Nathan Farrar and the Wildcats. A much needed boost off the bench. No jumper for Curtis McKinney underneath. Squeezed up, and Schneider doesn't get the bounce. That's how tough it has been for Schneider. Stanford. Farrar. Well, it was going for him in other ways, and Nathan is going to be shaken up, and let's see if he's okay as the ball gets deflected off of him out of bounds in the rebound. Nathan just lost his balance, and that's a frustrating break for Nathan. Murphy checks out of the game, and Mark Peretchen wearing 22 in. Murphy could be just a little bit nervous. This is his first varsity game. Settle him down. Wildcats go man-to-man. Farrar, well, he stuck his hand in there and got the ball. Schneider nearly went out of bounds. Rebound Anzalone. Steve has it deflected away out of bounds. Difference from the early going. The Wildcats paid better attention on the backboard, but they've also gotten some good open looks. Richie Gomes didn't know whether to pass it off or shoot, and Richie put it in. 22-16. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go first half, and the Wildcats of Weymouth on top. Nathan Farrar and the Wildcats won't get their hands on the basketball. Here's Nathan playing a good D, just tipped it out of bounds. Schneider for Ford, and Anzalone says, yeah, I've seen that before, and jump ball. Farrar gets it. Weymouth still have possession. (22-16). It was 8-0 Falmouth in the first minute 49. For the Wildcats, they've outscored Falmouth 22-8. And Nathan Farrar charges. There's no doubt about that one. Chad Amaral waited for him. Nathan was just a little too anxious. And Chad Amaral was just there and just stood there and threw the charge very nicely. Schneider, Farrar, his second quick foul. Travis Schneider for the 1-and-1, as that was the 17th foul in Weymouth. And the Clipper foul shooting woes continue. That's been one of the key things that has allowed the Wildcats to get back in this one. The foul shooting woes of Falmouth. They have just not done a good job at the foul line. Struggling. Gomes, 12 on the shot clock. Ritchie. John Stanford on the jump step traveled. Got the ball caught up in a Clipper player and ended up traveling. 22-16, and the Wildcats trying to prevent the Clippers from getting on the board. Stanford and the Wildcats lead by 8 as they once again force the turnover and get the easy hoop down the other end. The transition game for the Wildcats has been one of the keys in getting them back. Kolozowski took a break in the first half, picked up by Gomes, who's back in for the Wildcats. Mark Peretchen with the grab. One and one for Chad Amaral. I gotta laugh. Willie Ford, the rebound, travels. I gotta laugh. Chad Amaral, steady. The number of seconds you're allowed to shoot before getting a foul shot. He was just within the time frame, but I was laughing at the Wildcat fan who just said at the last second, shoot it! 5 seconds. Manny Gomes and John Fleming looked down and said, Manny, could have used the timeout. If you had that much trouble getting it in, you could have used the timeout. So good pressure by the Clippers. Get the basketball back to them. Stanford got a piece of the ball and knocked it. Well, he did not knock it off Kolozowski. Possibly off Peretchen out of bounds. 23 on the shot clock. Wildcats have done a lot of fixing up of their matchup zone, some man-to-man, and it's paid off, and Gomes nearly got the steal. Derek Panora with the foul. 3:32 to go to the half. 10th team foul in Weymouth. And for 2 shots, Travis Schneider. Travis, who was 0 for his first 2. Conley knocking in the front end of the 2. And he gets them both. Scoreboard says 24-17. It's actually 24-18. Schneider got both. Stanford. Peretchen. John Fleming yelling out blue. 2-3 type of zone. Is the feed inside by Gomes. Panora feeds Stanford. Stanford doesn't call bank. Reardon does. Andy Reardon with his first basket of the game. John Stanford put it up and just banked it a little too hard. Kolozowski buries the jumper. First good look for a Clipper in a while. 26-19. 2:35 to go first half. Stanford and Gomes having trouble and just beating the 10-second count, and Andy Reardon just saving it from going out of bounds. Reardon, Stanford, Panora, It's accidental, but it counts. Andy Reardon's hustle. He's an individual who does not, really not afraid to just mix it up. And Andy doing it very nicely there. Gets the 2 for the Wildcats. Gomes, the rebound, lost control, and Falmouth gets an easy deuce. Chad Amaral. With 3 Clippers, nobody getting back, and Richie Gomes just got caught and lost the basketball. Weymouth had a good opportunity to get a double-digit lead. Still does, as they will maintain possession. Kick Weymouth, no, kick Falmouth ball. Substitutions for the Wildcats. Matt Scott will be wearing 23 when we come down court, and Steve Anzalone back in. Anzalone, Scott, and Panora, the front line. Reardon and Stanford up front in the zone. Stanford near steal underneath. And jump ball. Falmouth. The one thing with that alternating possession, we've had about 4 or 5 of them here in this first half. Team that does a great job defensively should be rewarded and get their hands on the basketball. Wildcats did a good job defensively that time and didn't get rewarded. And granted, earlier Falmouth the same. As Clippers, Josh Oliver get the opening for the hoop, 28-23. Stanford, double team, gets tripped up, 1-on-1 situation. 59 seconds left, a 1-on-1 for John Stanford with his team up by 5. John 1 for 2 at the foul line so far. Makes it a 6-point Wildcat advantage. Junior guard putting this team up by 7, and Wildcats credit the passer on that, Chad Amaral, because he got the layup. Reardon has it blocked. Reardon stays with it and scores. Go back to that previous play. Travis Schneider get the hoop. But credit Chad Amaral. He saw something, and Stanford the steal. Stanford. That's one of the reasons why he's number 2 in the scoring in the old Colony League. He has got that ability to play the passing lane, steal the ball, and head down court. And he can give his team a 10-point lead with 32 seconds to go here in the first half. For John Stanford, just play the passing lanes, deflect the ball, get his hands on it, head down the other end, and explode to the hoop. Clippers can take the clock down to just 2 seconds. And the Wildcats did not want to foul on Matt Scott with a reach-in. Travis Schneider, 2 shots with 18 seconds left. Falmouth in the double bonus. Weymouth in the bonus. And the Clippers with a 9. Schneider and the Clippers will get one more opportunity. Panora just couldn't keep his hands on the ball. It just skipped over him. Curtis McKenny gets the ball. 14.8 left, and the Clippers will have one last opportunity. And the Wildcats, well, they're going to get an opportunity. Schneider taking it a little too quick. Derek Panora went out of bounds with it, 8.8 seconds left. Schneider, I don't think the Clippers wanted to shoot that quickly. Scott, foul 31 of Falmouth, and that is Curtis McKenny. Max did an excellent job stepping in there and deflecting the ball, and the result, he'll go down the other end to shoot the 1-on-1. Max Scott. For that 1-and-1. 7.9 seconds left. I believe his first varsity point. And he's coming off the bench and earned his way for some playing time. Lane violation, a foul. Steve Anzalone. The foul. It's 2 shots down the other way, not what Weymouth wanted. Funny, it was 8.8 to go, first half. Matt Salinas will come in for Steve Anzalone, Matt wearing 00. It's 8.8. The ball came in. Matt Scott got fouled. 9/10 of a second went off, and that rebound action, 5/10 of a second went off. As Curtis McKenney, Josh Oliver checked out at the foul line. Josh line drives 2 in. And the Wildcats, getting that final shot. Reardon travels. 3.8 left, 36-28. Getting that final shot here in this first half has been an adventure. And it took the Wildcats 3 minutes plus to get their first hoop. John Stanford on transition. They got 36 as far as the first half goes. Kolizewski and 2.2 left. Good defense right there. Stanford will play the inbounds. Scott over the back. Foul. 1.4 left. It has been the longest 8.8 that I can ever remember. Josh Oliver gets 2 shots at the line. Chance to bring the Clippers to within 8. 38-29 at the present time, and Oliver has been the most productive Clipper at the foul line. Keep saying, get that final shot here in this first half. It's been an adventure. Scott and the Wildcats have an 8-point lead as they go to the locker room. 38-30 after 1 half of play.